You're such a goober. Hmm. Don't sing the song. Okay. Who's muted? Both of us? Me? No, Audie? I can hear you just fine. So, well, I obviously I know they can't. I don't know. I don't know. Is that it? Oh, oh, they can hear me. They can't hear you. He's always got to touch buttons and shit. So, hey, Red.
How about that? That might work right there. Can y'all hear me now? I'm sorry. The microphone had a firmware
Thanks,
update
Dolores.
and it screwed everything up. So there you go. I didn't change. Yeah, of course. Aries, I'm always breaking something, man. I gotta break something.
He does that a lot.
So you ever been excited and nervous at the same time?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty much because I know that, I'm gonna be getting a powered paraglider soon, but I'm nervous at the same time. And I honestly don't even want to do anything until I know that, like I said, until I know there's a spot that I can fly from around here because of all the freaking Army bases, Navy bases.
That's why you ordered your maps.
Yes, I did order the maps, and from what I can see, I'm in pretty good shape, but nothing's like really close by. So I gotta do some driving. Oh, I gotta show y'all the nugget ice maker I got. My drink is full of the ice, so y'all will be able to see this. Oh, now that the drink is, I've been drinking it, so there you go.
You don't spill that on your desk. So we put this ice maker in our bedroom so we would have ice, right? Okay, so it's in our room sitting on the sink. Okay. So does this make, yes, it is red. So does it make sense that we were out of purified water, we were out of bottled water? Okay. Now the deal with this ice maker is if the ice melts, because it doesn't have a refrigeration setting, so it makes the ice, but there's nothing in there except for the ambient temperature of the ice to keep it ice. So
Right.
as it melts, it goes into the bottom, right? And then it recycles and just continues to make more ice. So tell me why I go to make a drink and the other day and there's no ice. And he says, well, it's all downstairs. Why is it all downstairs? Well, because we're out of water. So I emptied it and put it all in a bag and put it in our freezer downstairs. I said, okay, but there's no ice. Well, but I didn't want it to melt. Why not? It would just make more ice. Yeah.
Well, Aries, and it makes 44 pounds of ice a day.
We have nowhere else to put it, Aries, really.
Yeah, we do have nowhere else to put it. And it's not coming downstairs because it would get trashed out. So, yeah, ice maker's upstairs. It's actually pretty quiet. I mean, y'all can't hear it, right? It's in there with Munchkin, and y'all can't hear it running.
The only noise I hear from it is when the ice pops out and it sounds like a hamster or a gerbil or something flinging its water bottle around.
It's like it shoots the ice against the drawer. It's like pow, pow, pow. You're like, what the heck? And it's just ice hitting the side of the drawer. I don't know why it comes out at supersonic speed, but it does.
It's just random, but it's not bothersome.
I dropped my mod so hard today that there is no possibility that it didn't bust my tank, but it didn't bust my tank. I don't know how. It literally, I dropped it hard enough to knock the battery door off. This is the Guar 21 I'm talking about. Knocked the battery door off, both batteries out of it, and one of the magnets popped off. And my glass
How
tank.
did you do that, dear?
I was reaching for.
Mm. Your mic is not on your build cam. Yes, you do. No, he didn't. Yep. It lost its connection. You have to reset it for every screen.
There we go. I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, I have to set the mic for every freaking scene, apparently. So, there you go. Or I can go set it as default, which is what it was. But once the microphone took a firmware update, it was like, oh yeah, let's break everything. But yeah, I was saying that the paint's held up good on the sides, but at the bottom I got some scratches. But I can't believe that this tank didn't break because it hit really hard onto a tile floor and did not break it. And I'm actually vaping.
We don't have a tile floor anywhere in this house.
What's in the bathroom? I think I was in the bathroom. Yeah, I was in the bathroom.
Linoleum?
Okay, well, it hit hard. Just get a jobber and be done with it. Well, there you go. You know, I did. Or I can go get a Shure mic or something, you know, get one of them high dollar mics. Well, not like this mic was cheap either. The mic works great. It's just, it took a firmware update, and Windows, being Windows, decided to make it not my default microphone anymore. So I got to go back and set it as default. Then everything will be fine. What in the world was that? Some kind of gnat or something just flew around. Why are you blurry?
I don't know.
You are very blurry. And it's staying that way. Hey, King
And the
Cobra.
Witness protection program.
There you go. Wow, that was really blurry.
Cobra.
We use Rode mics. Yeah, Rode mics are good too. I do like the that wireless mic that Rode makes. I like that one. And they're actually not that expensive. If I ever start recording these flights and stuff, which I'm gonna have to get I have the original GoPro. I mean, I got the original GoPro Hero HD, which takes the gigantic SD card. So I haven't upgraded since. I mean, well, I got a cheapo version, but this is not a real. This is a faux pro. This is not a real GoPro. So I mean, I can record 4K with this, and it's got a screen on the back. But I kind of like the new Hero 10 because it's got a screen on the front and on the back. And if the lens gets scratched, you can just buy another lens for like $14. Hey, Shopkey. And that one website, I did bookmark it because that's the only site I saw that sells that rebuildable thing for $6. I've never ordered from there. I'm kind of worried to order from there. But I want Shopkey to have the right rebuild thing and not really a used one like the one I got. So I need to do that. I managed to get a bubble glass for my fat rabbit. I did not know I could. Oh yeah, definitely get a bubble glass, man. I like having more juice capacity because, especially if I'm using an RTA that likes sucking down juice, then I definitely want a bigger glass on there. The Fatality 30 millimeter is more like Aries style because this thing is absolutely gigantic. This is the Fatality 30 millimeter. and it holds a whopping amount of juice. I forgot how much it is, but yeah, I like this Cream Hill mod. It's still, look at there, one battery's showing red and the other one's not, which is weird because they're showing the same level. I guess it's just like
It's
a little
not
bit
weird
off.
at all because you don't marry your batteries. So one of them's
I
probably
do too keep
8
these
years
the
old
same.
and the other one's probably brand new.
I keep all of these dual together like this. And then like when I use two, because all the mods that I
call
use these on
bullshit.
use two batteries. So I'll swap two and put two more in. Swap another two, put two more in. Now, my friend did get one of these kits. Now, I don't know if he's built with it yet. We may have to do that tonight. This thing's got a lot of... They don't go to a lot of trouble putting these stickers on, do they? They just... It's done. You just slap it on there and hope that it's good to go. You quit vaping, Red?
Yeah, she said that last time she was in here.
Well, but does she quit vaping and smoking, so she just altogether quit?
Well, I don't know about that. I hear.
Oh, cool. How long do they last? You ordered one of those kits, Lurden? Well, it really, I guess it depends on still smoking. It really depends on how much you vape, Lurden, on top of how sweet the juices are you have in order, you know, to know how often you're going to have to change these coils. But I mean, it's got like 93 pieces of cotton and 93 it's so much in here, it's ridiculous. You're not going to run out. This is supposed to last over a year, and for that price, I mean, you're good to go. It's got lots of them. There's more down in here. I can't even get all these out. There's some up under here. There's a lot. You won't run out anytime soon once you get these in here. And they're already, you know, they're 0.2. So I like these. Exactly the way I want them. We're going to have to take another mortgage. Oh, yeah. If your normal coils last 3 to 4 weeks, you're good, man. I don't even have to change this that much. And the only reason I changed it this last time was because I switched juices. If I wouldn't have done that, I could have kept going. Because this thing, it seems like the coil lasts forever.
Glad you asked, Dolores. I have no fucking idea we said no.
I have no idea. You know, Aries and Halloween stuff. Okay.
Oh.
That figures.
They got Halloween candy out at Dollar General already.
We got good old Dale Shanzi out there saying that if you don't fly his brand stuff, it's a death trap. That gets on my nerves, man. I just don't understand. And he's like, no, it's the facts. It's the facts. You know, show me any student that can do what my students can do and blah, blah, blah. And,
well,
you
the
know,
fact that he refers to his own super training and super students, he's a super douchebag.
Super douchebag.
But these people have no idea who he is. They don't want to hear about him.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, I didn't even get to order. I didn't order the Blaze yet because the only place I had it in the cart at Element Vape, but I'm like, man, it's gonna take forever to get here.
See, I think you need to remember. You just need to think back, because I think we all got a little spoiled, right? You know. Remember when you first started vaping, where you couldn't really order just anything you wanted from anywhere. You had to wait until group buys popped up on Facebook and shit.
Right.
You know?
I remember
and
the group buys.
everything cost an arm and a fucking leg. We all got so used to being able to buy whatever we wanted from the internet and have it shipped to us in 3 fucking days. It's still not as bad as as it was back then. Even with the additional shipping and handling and signature charges, it's still cheaper than it used to be.
Well, Aries,
Still fucking cheaper than
you
going
have to
a shop,
vape that
too.
RTA. You know, you can't let the coils sit on the shelf for 2 years and go, yeah, they've been going for 2 years now. Yeah, they sure have, because they've been on the shelf.
He is super irritating, King Cobra.
That guy is such a, oh my gosh. Yeah.
How's your AC hanging in there, Stina? I understand it's hot as balls in
Is
Texas.
the dead rabbit R worth the cash? Dolores, I would say
It-
yes. And it, to be honest with you, I would buy the one that's in China that actually comes in this giant kit because you will have more coils than you know what to do with. I mean, I'll build it tonight just to show you. I wish I had some
I'm
more
sure
juice.
he'll know what to do with them.
I mean, if Munchkin wanted to, she could make me some juice real quick. That'd be awesome.
Munchkin is not trying to.
Oh,
No, there's too much shit on my desk and trying to drag all this shit around here. No, you're more than welcome.
there's a, you know, and
Welcome
Trev
to
was
come
talking
get it.
about the UK, and there's a lot of paramotor guys that we know in the UK that
This
say the
is
word,
not a paramotor show.
that say the letter H, H2O. I'm like, what? What is
Yeah,
H?
why do y'all pronounce H as H? It's weird.
H. Yeah, they go H. I'm like, huh? H. Okay.
That's just YouTube in general.
But yeah, there's a lot of folks over there. They keep saying, "Oh yeah, I'm taking off from Norfolk," which is here, but there's a Norfolk over there also. So I was like, "Oh well,
Yes,
that
there is.
that
Man,
doesn't."
what was my comment? I looked up at the video and I was like, well, that's definitely England because our Norfolk doesn't have green grass like that. So,
Right? We don't have green grass like that. Yeah. Well,
maybe
not,
at the dog park, but that's about it.
not in this part of it, anyways.
So if we decide whether we're going to cancel our chiropractor or not, I want to. Okay, I don't want to cancel the chiropractor. I just not want to pay for it anymore. That's what I want. I want it for free.
Let's see if Dolores has found the correct.
There's a Norfolk,
one.
Nebraska. How do y'all pronounce it, Lurdan, and Nebraska? Because here it's Norfolk.
Yeah. See, so the standard edition. Oh, the luxury. So if it says luxury edition, it should say it comes with a bunch of coils. Let me see. Packet. Yeah, 95 2-ohm 0.2 ohm coils. Yeah. So that blue one, $41.93. Definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. Hey, Big Ka. I mean, for that price, you're getting not only a device to vape, but all the wicking material you're going to need for over a year, which I think is a great deal. I mean, most of that stuff.
Nice.
Speaking of a great deal, for those of y'all that need Wire Optum is 50% off site-wide right now until tomorrow. So if you don't order before tomorrow, you're going to be out. See you, Aries. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, and I mean, you can see, well, you can kind of see over here. If I didn't already have a boatload of wire and there's more on the table, I should order some more just because he don't do that 50% off sale that much. And it seems like wire prices.
Have you gone for unemployment, Stina? Because I would if I were you.
Yeah, Dolores has got the link. Whatever you put in your cart, I think it shows up the
Norfolk.
discount
How
in
do
your
you
cart.
say Norfolk? Where'd the extra fucking R come from? We remove letters and y'all are adding them.
Norfolk.
Peanut, I believe that we've had this conversation
Creed.
before, but it's still weird. Norfolk. See, we say Norfolk or Norfolk. You can tell people are always not from here when they say Norfolk. And people just look at them weird and you're like, do what?
Yeah,
Say that again?
Stina, the 100-degree heat, it's weird because over in the UK now, they never get over 70-something degrees, so they're in the hundreds and only...
No, they do. What I told you was the average temperature for this time was 73 degrees.
Oh, well, the weird is there's average of just 5% of homes in the UK that have air conditioning.
Well, from what I understand by watching the hot, sweaty guy that's in the UK on TikTok, is that their homes were built to keep heat in. They don't really have central air. A lot of them don't have central heat. They're very, very old buildings. A lot of them aren't even equipped to be able to handle window units, much less have central AC put in. But I think, not that the UK government is going to listen to me at all, but we have an air conditioner. Y'all can't see it because it's behind my green screen. It's not a window unit. It's a
floor unit.
It's a floor unit, and it's got hoses that you can stick in the window, and you just shut the window down on them. Now, the guy I was watching on TikTok, his windows are the kind that open inward, they tilt. So I have no idea how he would get that in there, but I would figure out a way to make it work because that thing will freeze your ass out. I think the UK government should rent them out and let people fucking sign a voucher that you can use one through the heat wave, and when you're done with it, you give it back. You know, it's in first come, first serve, aside from the elderly or people that are, you know, or disabled and would be more heavily affected by the fucking heat. They sell them bitches on Amazon. They get the UK government to order a shitload of them and help y'all out.
Right? That's what I'm saying. They're on Amazon. You can get them. I haven't Cloud Chucker. That's what I'm saying. I wanted to buy. The only RTA that I saw that I really want right now is the Blaze. I don't know if there's any other good ones out right now. I mean, I'm definitely going to be looking more into it as next week rolls around, because that's when everything goes down, is next week, I think. So we'll see.
Heat wave lasts 2 days.
Yeah, heat wave.
Oh, damn. They're not even wired for those kind of loads, though. Well, that sucks then. I guess that throws that out the window.
So
y'all need to look up swamp coolers.
The tooth that was bothering me last week. Right. I went to the dentist that Munchkin uses, and they're Latino, I guess, and so I got the dad. So he's the older dentist out of the two, and he's
the one that will serenade you with Mexican lullabies if you ask him to.
Oh, I wasn't gonna ask him that, but anyways.
Yeah, but he will.
So they come in there and talk to me for a while, and then he was like, well, we could take this tooth, and we could probably take the one in the back. And then, because I had him check it, and he's like, yeah, you really don't want to do a root canal on that one. That one's kind of past root canal. So I was okay, I don't use that tooth right now anyway, because I can't bite on it. But so he numbed both sides. He numbed this side and this side over here. And they left for a little while. So I'm sitting there watching some home improvement show, because they got a TV right in front of you. Then he came back in there, and I decided not to take the other tooth out, because it doesn't bother me. It's not that bad. I was like, no, I'm going to keep that one. So he starts to work on this tooth, and he's like, let me know if this hurts. And he touched it just a little bit, and I was like, ow, yeah, that hurts. He's like, okay, no problem, man. I'll numb you some more. And he did. He got the needle and actually stuck it in the top of my gum in the middle of my mouth.
Oh, yeah, that one always gets me, but it works.
Yeah, he did that, and I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. But usually after they give you a shot of that, they wait like 5 or 10 minutes. He basically waited 10 seconds. He asked me some question, about what do you do for work, and then went right back at it. So what's funny is I saw the x-ray, and my tooth looked like, a little tooth, and then the root was a straight, sharp spear going way up into my jaw. And I was like, that's a huge tooth. This is going to be an issue. So he kind of pried on my tooth a little bit, and he goes, can you feel that? I was like, no, not really. Then he did it. Can you feel that? I was like, no. And then he put his tools down, and I was like, okay. When you going to do it? He's like, oh, no, I'm done, man. I'm like, what do you mean you're done? I've never had a tooth come out.
Can you feel this? Yank.
Yeah, it was already gone. He literally was like, does this hurt? Does this hurt? I was like, no. And then it was gone. I was like, Then when he showed me the tooth, I was like, daggum, dude. It was about that long. It was ridiculous.
Dealer to prove that he pulled out.
I was like, wow, man. And then, you don't want to get a dry socket or anything, but.
And what did he tell you when you said you were going to come back later for him to do
Oh, yeah, I said I may come back later to get the other tooth removed. He's like, okay, good. When you come back next time, I'm not going to numb you because I already numb you this time. I was like, what? He's like, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
He's got jokes.
I already numbed you this time on that side, so I don't need to numb you again when you come
He
back.
called me stunned from the dentist. He's like, he asked me if I felt that, and I said no, and he's like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, Big Ka, it was kind of, he was asking me yes or no question. Does this hurt? I could, mouth that without having to talk. Now, if he started asking, so how's your day going? I wouldn't have been able to say anything. I'm like, yeah, that wouldn't have worked. But honestly, he was in and out of my mouth so fast. That was impressive.
That's what she said.
Okay, I gotta refill.
And he just gets up and leaves. Yeah. I told him my dentist was good and that it would be an enjoyable. I mean, as far as enjoyable as going to the dentist can be. When I went for my root canal, I didn't even need an ibuprofen the next day. No soreness, nothing. So, yeah. He walked right into that one though, didn't he, Dolores? Yeah. But yeah, I like him. The dentist is very nice, and he'll try to tell you, well, you really should get a root canal on that one. If you don't, this is what's going to happen, and this is what you might have to deal with in the future. But if you say, no, I'm good, he says, okay, and just yanks it out of your face instead of. And he's not the kind where you have to go in and they do x-rays and then go, okay, now we're going to have to schedule you for another appointment. So you've gone to the dentist now 3 times and you're still in pain because you need to have a filling. You tell them, I need this done, and that you make an appointment and they go in there and they do it and they're done.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was impressed with how fast he did that. I was like,
and
wow.
Judy is the bomb diggity. I love her. Awesome.
Judy is the lady that walks around and goes, this is how much you got to pay.
She's the office manager.
This is what your insurance is going to pay. And I was like, dadgum, they don't pay nothing. And she's like, not really. They pay your x-rays and like tooth cleaning and re-gluing of a crown or something, but extractions they don't pay for, which is not, I mean, I didn't think I got the cheapest dental plan. But, I mean, I could upgrade it if I decided to.
Yeah.
And then wait. And then go get any major stuff I need done. But for now, I'm not worried about it.
Dental insurance is not that expensive. I did not realize that you could buy dental. I've always only had insurance that was through work. And then when I left that job, they sign you up. I don't know if they have Cobra in Canada or in the UK. But here, you can keep your insurance, but not only are you going to pay the portion that your employer was paying, it's also like 20% higher. So your $400 a month premium is now $700 a month premium. So I didn't know you could buy dental insurance through an individual plan, but it's still cheap as shit, relatively speaking. I mean, what is it, like $18 a month?
Yeah, mine's a little over $17 a month. So I don't mind paying more to get better coverage. So, I mean, Timekeeper, that's awesome. I mean, the only compliment I've ever gotten from my dentist, well, I don't know if it's a compliment, but I went to a dentist and they go, so how long ago did you get your braces taken off? And I was like, I've never worn braces. He's like, no way, dude. Your teeth are way too straight to be natural. I'm like, no, that my teeth are straight. That's the way they look. I have never had to brace my teeth. No. So I got lucky in that regards.
Right, but at least our thing with dental insurance, they don't usually have.
You know what I found in the van?
They've got a deductible, but they don't have you got to pay the first $4,000 of coverage. You know what I mean? You pay your $75 or whatever it is. Which I think they charged you $150.
I think it was 140 for just the one tooth, but yeah, for extraction.
And I mean, I paid $75 when I went, and I had insurance, so
Well, I had insurance, but they don't cover that. So I mean,
if you've only got one more tooth that needs to be pulled,
I
don't know that I would bother upgrading the insurance, because after that, you're only really going to need it for cleanings.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was getting stuff out of the van, because I'm getting the van hauled off because. We have no parking room, and we have some Karens that live in this neighborhood, and they're complaining that we're not allowed to park over there by the mail, which is right across the street from our house. But there's a yellow line that's made so you can pull up and get your mail and stuff. Then that yellow line stops, and that's supposed to be communal, whatever. What do they call that? Common ground or something?
It's common area.
Common area.
Anywhere in the development where there is not a yellow curb is a common area, and you can park there. But apparently, according to this broad that claims she's with the HOA, how the fuck would we know? And a couple of the neighbors were bothering them by parking there. And of course, they want to come while I'm not fucking here, because if it was me, I would have said, okay, show me in the bylaws where it says I can't park there. Show me, because until you can show me, I'm parking there. Now, I moved my car because this one was paranoid. So I moved my car, and I'm parked further down the road in front of someone else's house.
That's the problem.
I can't wait to get the fuck out of here.
Our driveway holds 2 cars. We have 4. So we can put 2 in the driveway, 1 on the curb, and then the other car has to go somewhere nearby.
Oh, shit, timekeeper. Okay. I was thinking, good for your girlfriend. She's got white teeth. And yeah, I don't. Okay.
Oh, is it?
My mind is not far enough in the gutter for that comment to have.
I completely
registered.
didn't. It skipped me.
I should have thought about it, considering he was in and out of my mouth so fast. That should have. I mean, it flowed naturally. I should have picked up on that, but sorry.
Oh my goodness, we are definitely heading for rock bottom today. All right, well, we can do that.
Go figure that Wally caught on to it. You know,
of course, Wally caught on to it.
see, my sister's husband, ex-husband, he had all of his removed, right? And he's got dentures. But what's hilarious is he looks like Jeff Foxworthy when he puts his dentures in. You met Alex. He doesn't look anything like Jeff Foxworthy. Doesn't resemble him at all until he puts his teeth in, and then it's like it changes the shape of his face, and it's like, holy shit, you're Jeff Foxworthy. Where the fuck did that come from? It is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Something about it says YouTube's not receiving enough data. Your viewers may receive buffering or something like that.
I'm watching it. It looks fine.
I don't know why it's doing that.
Well, our garage was built for.
I totally thought
car.
Creed said, "I love my daughters. They're great," but he said dentures.
Well, I'm sure he loves them too. I don't think he can put his daughters in a glass beside the side of the bed, but you know.
Yeah, but as far as the quality of the ice out of that ice maker goes, it's great. I really thought that I know. Well, I'm jumping because I saw a couple reviews that they go, the ice is not really chewable. That's bull crap, because if I can chew it, then anybody can chew it. It's
even if I can chew it, like
the only ice that's better than this is flaked ice, and those machines are really. Oh, it is his birthday. Happy birthday, Roger!
Belated birthday.
Oh, it's a belated birthday. Yeah, because yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I mean, I can turn my speed back up. I think I turned it down at some point, but why bother? Yeah, what was I talking about?
Ice crunching.
Oh, yeah. The only ice that's better than nugget ice is flaked ice. But those machines are...
Flaked ice is for, like... No, that shit'll melt so fast.
Flaked ice does melt quick, but it's very chewable ice. And they're almost $3,000
I don't get ice
for those machines.
to chew on. I get ice to put in my drink and make it cold.
Well, this ice is great to chew on. I mean, it's perfect. I got no problems with it. And I got the manufacturer's warranty, which is 1 year, plus an extended 5-year warranty for like $12.
I'm not an ice.
If it was one of them
so
warranties where you got to pay hundreds of dollars, I would have said no. But the extended warranty was $12. I'm like,
yeah,
screw that.
Shaved ice. Yeah, that's for snow cones.
Yeah, flaked ice is. I rarely see true flaked ice anymore. I used to get when I got flaked ice when I was playing baseball when I was a little kid at the concession stand. That's where you could get flaked ice. It was the
It's
best
called
ice ever.
shaved ice.
Shaved ice is no. Have you never had real flaked ice?
Flaked ice. I've never heard of flaked ice.
Look it up. I bet you can find a flaked ice machine.
I'm looking up flaked ice.
Yep.
That looks like shaved ice to me.
It's not. Flaked ice is it's kind of like little gold nuggets. They look like that, but they're really soft.
That's just weird looking shit.
One day we'll find a gas station somewhere that has flaked ice, and I'm like, that's flaked ice. But
I just saw a picture of it. You don't need to show me.
Your fridge makes it? Creed, I want your fridge. What do you mean your fridge makes it? It's actually not,
Dolores. It's little bitty tiny flat squares.
Flat squares? Like, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
They're
in
like
a square.
rectangular. It looks almost like Andy's mints of ice.
If it's a
shaved ice is different.
If it's a square, it doesn't look like that.
It's rectangular. They're like little rectangular flat pieces of ice.
That's not flaked ice then. Basically, if you grab a little rock off the ground that's got weird edges and stuff, that's what flaked ice looks like. Or if you took a piece out of some sandstone out of the side of a mountain or something, it looks kind of like that. RS is probably, I bet you RS has had flaked ice. He's been around long enough, by God. He knows what flaked ice is. You just don't see those machines that much anymore.
Yeah, damn it. I lost my little...
If Samsung has a flaked ice refrigerator, I want that.
Wikipedia says, and look at the picture. It's like little tiny... They're flat. Well, some of the bigger pieces
Let me see if that's
rectangular.
That is not flaked ice. What the hell is that?
Wikipedia lies. That says flaked ice.
That's not what that's no. Wow, that's not even close to what I used to eat. Not even close. I know Scotsman makes a machine for like $3,000. It makes flaked ice.
Now, I see another picture of flaked ice that looks like if you took our nugget ice and smashed it with a hammer.
Yeah, send them crushed ice. Yeah, but what we're talking about, Slappy, is I got a nugget ice machine. Here's the nugget ice. Let me go back to the build cam one more time. That's nugget ice, which this is very similar to flaked ice, but flaked ice is more of a flatter. I don't know. Very, very chewable though. And I mean, I wouldn't suggest anybody go out and buy one of those machines unless you really like ice.
Yeah, we've got the Half Moon ice too, but the crusher doesn't work all that great.
That Half Moon thing, that's not my favorite ice for sure. I got pizza over here. I don't know what to build tonight.
I don't know.
That's another dead rabbit, right? Yeah, that's a regular dead rabbit. I don't know which version this is though. Hold on a second. This might be the V3. Or this may be the original dead rabbit. Good Lord. I got too many RTAs, man. See, that's why people go, hey, did you buy any new RTAs? I try not to. I got too many. I can't vape every one of them things. There's no way. Vector, would you go behave over there somewhere? And honestly, some of the tanks I got vape a lot better than the other ones. And sometimes when I vape Munchkins, I'm like, damn, that tastes so much better than what I got. The Peacemaker was really good that I got from Bill. And he said was this the one? Oh, he didn't like, there's a tank he didn't like that I was like, no, the tank's great. Was it the Fat Rabbit? I think it's the Fat Rabbit. He said he couldn't get it apart. Didn't like the way it tasted when it did work. The Asgard Mini, there you go. I got one of those cloud chucker, the Asgard Mini. It's on top of one of these devices right here. I don't know where. The Kong that they made, which I still don't know why they didn't make this. You got the Prey mod. The Kong, they should have made the mod, the King, and the RDA, the Kong, but I guess they didn't want to get into any legal battles or something. I don't know. The Prey mod with the Kong RDA just doesn't seem like it matches very well, but there you go. So yeah, I gotta get. This is the thing though. If I do go this paramotor route, gotta get a paramotor, a glider, a helmet, a GoPro. That's about it.
A GoPro.
Dude, gotta have a
How many
GoPro.
fucking cameras you have?
Yeah, I have a 360 camera, but I need a GoPro just to go on my helmet so I can film straight out in front of me.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta have the GoPro. Those little nuggets, like the ones in your cup, are to make dead fish look pretty and big in the
Right,
seafood
Red?
case.
Red says life insurance? Yeah. Add that to the list of shit you need before you yeet yourself through the sky.
Yeah, I've thought about that. I mean, of course, there's a risk. There's a risk driving down the road too, but yeah.
Technically, you're still married, so if you die, it's her problem to bury you, not mine. Maybe she won't shove you in a cardboard box.
No, well, I don't know. Yeah, I have another Dead Rabbit R. I forgot I have 2 of these now, so I could probably build the other one since it's been sitting here for so long. There's another one right there. This is a gunmetal one. And I have this one. And I don't even know what juice is in this, but it looks absolutely perfect. Oh! Geez, that tank is on there. Hold on a second there. This tank does not want to... There we go. Come off the mod. We're going to see what juice we got. And this will be 6 milligram. Like I said, I don't know how I've made it through today vaping 3 milligram without absolutely having a freaking conniption fit. Because I've never been able to do it before. I mean, maybe I'm relaxed now more than I was. Why is it hitting so hard? You hear it?
Areas you never knew about. Yeah, that'll do that.
That sounds like that's hitting really hard, but it's only at 55 watts.
I'm sure they'll issue the policy. The problem is a lot of them won't pay out until you've had it for X number of years or you've paid X amount into it. So
this is, you know what I think this is? I think this is that pear claw.
Yeah.
Whoa. This is definitely 6 milligram. That'll wake you up quick. If you've been vaping 3 all day. Holy moly. Whoo, that's awesome. It actually doesn't taste bad, Dolores. I'm actually surprised. I thought it would too. It hasn't been sitting there that long. I mean, it's right here on my desk, so that means I've used it recently. But that's good. Try to stay on 3 milligram if you can. Cloud Chucker, I would like to do that. If I could get down to 3 milligram, that'd be even better because then that's the less nicotine we need. I mean, I'd love to get down to 0 and just continue to vape on just 0 for a while and then maybe nothing at all. That would suck, but I really don't want to just stop altogether. Skydiving, I'm not into skydiving though, Creed. And it's like Munchkin was even saying, so what are you going to do next? You're going to wear a wingsuit and go yeet yourself off the side of a mountain? No, I have no desire to do that.
I believe I called it a squirrel suit.
A squirrel suit. Yeah, there you go. skydiving
Okay, well, yeah, but
is
dangerous is subjective.
well, you skydive, you jump out of a plane, and you come pretty much straight down. There's no long flight. With paramotor, you can
Not jumping out of a
fly
protected
wherever you
vehicle.
want to, as long as it's safe. I mean, you always want to have a spot to land, but it's not the same thing. I don't want to be limited in the amount of time I'm in the air. And then skydiving, you got to get on a plane. You know, it's a pain in the butt. Midlife crisis. No, I would have done this at age 20 if I could have, Dolores. There just wasn't a lot of options back then, and I darn sure didn't have the money back then. I was like paycheck to paycheck for sure. Why jump out of a good plane? There you go, Dumb Long. I'm with you on that one. I mean, we'll see. It's still nothing's concrete yet. I don't even know which route I want to go because there's a bunch of different paramotors out there. Some are better than the others. They all have motors. All the motors fail. There's not one that just runs forever. So
I'll notice if it's light on nicotine, Slappy, because he'll be bitchy.
well, I was vaping 3 all day today. I just now hit a 6, and I can tell. I can feel it. So it feels really good, actually. I needed that, but yeah, I don't know. The hoop is what concerns me on most of those paramotors, because if I ever decide to do a trike or something, you don't want one with a flimsy hoop, because the lines from the glider can come and put pressure on the side of it and crush that thing, and then your glider gets caught up in the prop and tears it all to shreds, and that's about $4,000 down the drain. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Well, you don't really want your glider to get stuck in your propeller anyway, because that's
No.
how you crash and die.
No.
That's,
Well,
a
I
little
mean,
bit more than $4,000 down the drain.
that's just the only time that would happen is pretty much when you're taking off. And once you're in the air, your lines are nowhere near your prop after that. Not even close. They're a couple feet away, so you're good. I don't know. I want to build something, and I don't know what. And I don't really have juice besides that 3 milligram. I could vape 3 milligram on something smaller. I mean, like more something stronger, like the Kong. The Kong just needs some new wicking in it. Let me see if I got enough. I'll show you all this here in a second. Let me go to it, because this has been sitting here for a while too. But Cloud Chucker's the big mech guy. You know, he likes all the mechs. So I haven't used this mod in quite a while. I did change out the top cap because the original one was...
if that douchebag gets any type of kickback for a sale of a Dominator wing, I will make sure that it never ends up in this house.
So I have one battery ready to go. Positive down. I've never had any problems with positive down on this. I'm going to have to clean this off though. It's still got juice down in the sides. Give me just a second. Don't forget you got to buy the Dominator. King Cobra. He knows exactly what I'm talking about then.
Mm-hmm.
Bella. Bella.
He just got up and left. I'm watching the show on delay, so he just left. Yeah. Creed, because that's my juice that I gave to him because he hadn't made any yet, so he is not allowed to
What?
Add nicotine to my juice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a fucking douche nozzle. We watched a video about him. Apparently, he used to be a computer salesman who was shady as fuck back then, tried to run for political office. Nobody where he lives likes him because he reminds me of a shady used car salesman. Apparently, some of the ads that he put out back for his computer company were just flat out fucking racist and homophobic. He's just a douche. He is a ginormous, massive douche. Yeah, he calls everybody murderers and killers, and if you don't buy his equipment, you're gonna die. And nobody can do what my super students can do, and all that. But as far as I know, he's pretty much the only person that's ever actively killed someone during training. But that's just, you don't want to talk about that.
No.
Yeah.
What happens when you train people on the beach with freaking 20-something an hour mile winds and they have no idea what they're doing? Yeah, they're gonna get hurt. Yeah, I don't know.
That sounds fair, Slappy. Slappy was watching baseball, but they're getting beat, so he decided to control you instead.
He can troll me. Slappy's good at trolling. So usually on the RDA, it depends on whether or not it's a squonker. If it's a squonker, I try to go with less cotton because on a squonker, you're going to be pumping more juice in there anyway. On a regular RDA, where this one has this nice little feature, when you drip, it goes down through this center hole and it goes across the whole deck, which transfers to your wick, which is nice, but if you're squonking, you don't have to have as much wicking in there because you're always squonking. If you're dripping, you want more cotton so that it can hold more reserve. But then again, you don't want to clog the area where your airflow comes in, or you're not going to get as good as vape as you could get. So I try to keep all my cotton way over to the side, away from the center of the coil, so that it still gets good airflow through here under and above the coil. Because if you clog it up under here, you're not going to get as good as flavor. You're not getting that airflow all the way around the coil like you should. So, and it also leaves room for this to travel. You can see you can see that little squonk hole right there. So if I squonk this, it comes out of that little hole. One of the cats is in here meowing. Scuba, make me some 6 milligram Nilla nuts. I could do that, Dolores. I could do it. I've never heard Dolores go, hey, I want some juice. I don't know how the hell we get it across the... Well, I mean, if we ship it discreetly and say that it's lotion. I am making sure that I get these wicks saturated with juice. You don't want, if anything, you don't want to dry hit this and put a nice burn spot on the center of your cotton. So I always, you don't have to do this as much on the dripper because you're going to be dripping in here anyway. I'm just going to make sure some gets down here to the deck. You can see that cotton just turning the color of the juice now. But you also don't want so much in there that it can't, that it gurgles. You don't want that. This RDA has a nice dome inside there, which really kind of magnifies the flavor all back up to your mouth. And you definitely want your airflow right where this does clip down to where your airflow always lines up with your coil. I can't tell if that's open because I got black, but I think it is. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll see how this is gonna vape. On 3 milligram, it should still be strong because it's an RDA though. Shouldn't be like weak. Woo! That almost tastes burnt. Yeah, I was gonna say,
slappy.
Cloud Chucker, if you're vaping it like that, you definitely like punchy. I'm not a
well,
big.
The second part's not so great, slappy. I'm sorry.
I don't like heat like that on my. Now, once you get, see, that's the whole problem, man. Once you get used to that kind of heat, then that's what you're gonna keep running, which is fine. But I don't want to graduate up to that kind of heat and then get mad when I can't get that from something else. You're going to put yourself in a category that a lot of the smaller devices can't keep up with. And then you're going to be like, man, I can only use this because this is the only one I can get this enough watts out of or enough power. This mech is called the Prey Creed. This is QP Designs mod. This is a single 21700. It also takes 18650 with an adapter, but you can see right here, Prey. QP Designs makes this, and the switch is actually just a cutout, which is a genius design. It's just a cutout, and it's got a little fingerprint right here, so you know where to push to fire it. And that's basically it. Serial number. Yeah, there you go. QP Design. Probably dripping juice now because I turned it upside down. It actually didn't drip any. I'm surprised. And this is the Kong RDA on top, which matches it really well. I think this is a 30 millimeter. Let me get my calipers out here. I can't remember what size this is, but it has adapters for the top to make it bigger or smaller. Yeah, this is right at 30 millimeters. I may not have this thing adjusted out right, but 29.91 what I'm getting. Oh, there we go, 30 millimeter. Yep, it's 30 millimeter. It zeroed out when I closed it, though.
Well, I would say just scrape out what you can and then pull out your racks and turn on the self-cleaning feature.
Yes, I did get the new top cap for the Prey, Cloud Chucker. That's what's on here now. I don't know if you can tell it, but this top cap is not the metal one that it came with because that one was firing by itself for some strange reason. But once the ones they have now, if they even still sell them, all have the new cap. So this one does not auto fire or anything like that. You can get this off here. This is a hybrid mod, so you can see that it makes direct connection down there. That's the battery you're looking at. This is dirty on the bottom. I haven't messed with this thing in so long. This is a Kong RDA, serial number 1354. Sure it's gonna like the fact that I cleaned it some. Oh yeah, it's firing just fine. They still sell it, Dolores? Do they have the, let's see. Wow, they do still sell them. 99 bucks. They have one. Oh my God. They have one available. Wait, in glass black. Let's see how many they have. That one's sold out. That one's sold out. That one's sold out. All they have is gloss black, which is black over copper, which is good because it's over copper. So you're going to get a really strong hit off of that. But yeah, that's fine, Creed. Hey, I'm not saying hey you need to buy that. If you were a big time mech mod guy like Cloud Chucker, then probably that would be definitely one to have. It's a nice metal tube for all intents purposes. I mean, that's all you're getting with these little mech mods is who makes the fanciest metal tube. Purge. That's who does, but yeah. The vape's fine though. I like it. The only weird thing about vaping mech mods like this is the battery drop off. You can vape this for 30, 45 minutes and you'll start to notice a little bit of degradation in the flavor and the hit. And then you're like, wait a minute. And then next thing you know, you need to change the battery. You don't want to vape this until the battery is so low it doesn't vape anymore, or you've already went past the safe point on your battery. So don't. Regulated mods don't do that. They'll say low power way before you hit below the low voltage warning. So you just have to be a little bit more careful with mech mods. As soon as you get to the point where it's not vaping the way it should, like it feels really weak to you, that means stop right there and swap the battery. Don't continue to vape it. You don't want to drain the battery down to nothing. Depending on your charger, you may not be able to charge it back up. Some chargers won't charge low batteries, low voltage batteries. Ah, there you go, Creed. If you got a bunch of them already, man, why increase your I don't know. You know how guys are though, you got to have a full tool cabinet. You can never have too many tools and you can never have too many mods either, right?
Right.
So I know that the Misfits are doing their auction thing, or part 2 of their auction tomorrow. And I think it's great what they're doing and all that, but it's like I said, I told y'all on, I don't know, last week's show or the show before that, if I ever had an auction, it can't, unless there was a lot of stuff donated just to go to the auction. My stuff came out of Scuba's wallet, and that's where money would go, is Scuba's wallet, because I didn't just get it sent to me for free. There's very few things that I got sent to me for free to review. Very few. Most of this stuff I bought, which that's the best way I think to do it. Any review anyway. Same way with that Nugget ice maker. There's a lot of reviews, but the people that reviewed it got it sent to them for free.
At least they're being honest about getting it sent to them for free.
Yeah, they tell you, which that's great, but to get an honest review, you got to have it yourself. So that's what I did, and it is a good machine. I got no problems with it. It seems to work fine, besides that loud noise that when it spits out ice. Other than that, it's great.
It makes me remember when I had my ratties.
Yeah.
Because every time it got nighttime, they decided to rearrange the cage and start flinging shit everywhere. Sounds like a food dish hitting the side of the blast tank. But even it's not loud. It's not like it's like banging 20, 30 pieces of ice. It's, once every 5 minutes you'll see you're here.
A pulse 0.5? What? What is the pulse 0.5 supposed to do? I have not seen that, Lurden. To answer your question, I have not seen anything about that. There you go, Creed. I get what I want. The Tony B AI. Yeah, I have. There's pulses. I mean, talking about these guys right here. These are Pulse AIOs. There's a new Pulse AIO. Great. I have another one here somewhere. I don't know where it's at. But yeah, there's like 3 or 4 of them here. They're good little mods. For some reason, I still prefer the Cthulhu over the Pulse, though. And that thing is like impossible to find now because, it's right here. They, every time they get them for sale, they're sold out before you can blink. But I really like this one because this is all metal. It's smaller. I mean, compared to the Pulse, you can see that it's smaller, especially, width-wise. Now, there's a big reason for that. This is 21700. This is a 18650 mod. So single 21700 or 18650. This is single 18650. Which there's juice all in here now because it's been sitting on its side all day. I meant to open the battery door. There's the battery door. That side's clear. Yep, there's the wattage up and down right here. Very easy to change. This lights up when you fire it. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I just like this mod. I don't know why I prefer it over the Pulse, even though I took that other Pulse that I got and it's got all kinds of weird colors on it. I got y'all to help me pick which colors went. You know, I changed this the buttons down here, the door, this door, the doors that go on the outside. I changed all that stuff because I bought all the extra little doodads and stuff that you get for the Pulse. It's still a great mod, depending on which burrow tank you put in there. Your green screen just went totally like green and then...
No one can see me anyway. Or unless I'm way behind.
You're way behind.
Oh, damn it. All right. Yeah. I don't... It won't... Yeah, let me try that again. The cast won't stay current.
The cast won't stay current.
No, I can get it all to current and then it slows down. I don't necessarily see it buffering or anything, but I'll look up and next thing I know I'm 5 minutes behind the cast. I don't know why it does that.
Yeah. I really, really look forward to going to fly somewhere. I honestly would rather go back down, like, say I get new equipment. I'd rather go back down where Kyle is and help him, him help me get it set up, broke in, and landing correctly before I go out on my own and start doing it. I don't know. And
is there anybody he could recommend that you could go visit to do that that's closer than a 19-hour drive?
That is something I would have to ask him. It's possible.
Because we'd have to drive there if you're bringing...
There's a lot of folks in North Carolina. There's a lot in North Carolina.
North Carolina's only an hour away. That's much closer.
Yeah. For some reason, there's like a huge community of paramotor folks in North Carolina. We could go there and just boom, boom. There's like, I don't know how many schools there, but none of them's just going to be like, oh, yeah, I'll do it for free. So I have to figure out if Kyle knows somebody and maybe he can put a word in and say, hey, he already knows how to order, blah, blah, blah. I mean, order. Wow. How to fly. He just wants to come there.
Mountains aren't good for paramotor, Red. Mountains are bad.
Well,
flat is good for paramotor.
Mountains, you can fly over a mountain. That's the whole thing. You fly over the mountains. You don't want to fly below the ridge line of the mountains and catch the rotor
unless
that's
you
coming off
stay
the
in
mountain.
The valley of the mountain.
Yeah, you can stay you either want to be way down in the valley of the mountain or up top above the mountain, because the wind that goes over the top does that spin as it comes off, and if that hits your wing, it could cause problems. Depending on which way the wind's blowing, if the wind's going the other way, it doesn't hurt you at all. So that's why it's important to know which way the wind's blowing, which, to be honest, I mean, you'd have to be, if y'all flew, you'd know, but when you're flying, you can feel which way you're going. Like, you'll look at the ground and see the ground moving this way. Then you know, oh, I'm getting blown to the left or whatever. And when you're going with the wind, you go a lot faster. When you're going against the wind, you slow down a lot. Then you know for a fact you're heading into the wind because you slow down. Unless there's no wind, then it's the same speed all the way around. I'm not jumping off a perfectly good mountain. And do not do that, Red. Yes, don't do that. China makes a paramotor now that they sell pretty cheap. It's like less than $3,000, but unless you weigh less than 100 pounds, I don't think that would be good for anybody to try and fly. That thing looks like it'll break in 2 seconds. So there's this one, I think his name is Avery Flies, that's who he is on YouTube. He's got one of them little China paramotors that he heavily modified just so he could fly. So when he first got it, it wouldn't get him in the air. He had to do a lot of modifications to get him in the air, but he's flown it since then. But he also has a real paramotor, so it ain't like he's flying just that. They do take a long time to walk down, darn thing. I don't mind eating cold pizza. Damn, Creed just reminded me about that. He still wants to make them doors. And I never got that AIO. I'll figure that out next week, Creed. And you're like, yeah, that's what you said 3 months ago. Probably. But I'm serious this time. The magnets are going to be the hard part because they're so small. Unless you change them, and put them like bigger. Let's look at these battery doors. See, on here, they're pretty small. And the door is slightly curved. It's not like completely flat. I mean, this is flat. This side is curved a little bit. With a little notch in the bottom so you can grab it with your fingernail. These magnets are very small. And they double beveled this because so that this can fit in there. The actual power switch. The other side, pretty basic. It's flat and then curved on this side. That's it. Is that a 520? Yeah, that's another 520 inside this one. I got a 520 tank in this one and a 520 tank in my Cthulhu. Did I see the electric one? Yeah, darn thing, I have seen the electric paramotors. Those are nice, don't get me wrong. This is what it reminds me of the most, to be honest with you, is electric RC cars and gas RC cars. I tried to go the electric way and go, hey man, you know, whenever it goes dead, I just charge it back up and then I go drive the RC car again. The good thing about gas is when it runs out, you just put more gas in it and you keep going. Electric paramotors, unless they have them, I mean, right now the flight time on the electric paramotor is 20 something minutes. And I think at the most they can get out of it maybe 40 minutes, unless these new nuclear batteries come out. I mean, I don't know if any of y'all have seen the YouTube videos. There's now a nuclear battery, and this battery actually recharges itself. So as you use the power out of the battery recharges itself. So, and they last like 30,000 years or some crap like that. You'll never run out of power. Now, are they radioactive? Probably. But it's still good. I mean, well, wouldn't you want a battery that just never dies? That'd be awesome. So it's like you could fly around on one of them, on some of them nuclear batteries, land, wait 10 minutes, and then it's fully charged again. I don't know how long it takes, but I know that Tesla and all them, they would be way interested in those type batteries, because the main thing with electric cars right now is they don't have the range that a gas car does. So you may get 400 to 500 miles.
No,
on
but
one
Fawn
tank.
took the Tesla to Pennsylvania.
Did she?
And yes, she did. When she got to the hotel, she found out that they had a free charging port. So she was able to plug it in when she got to the hotel and charge overnight. Didn't cost her a dime to drive all the way to Pennsylvania.
That's awesome. But that also ain't at your local Motel 6. I know that.
No, but it's not like she chose the hotel because of the charging station. It was an added bonus.
That's awesome. So I mean, she didn't even have to pay to charge it. That
No,
is
but
too
Jeff's
cool.
jealous that she's driving his car.
I bet.
He misses his car because he's driving the Expedition. And I was like, you need to take the recycling. He's like, I'll wait until I have my green car back. And so, you don't want to take recycling home in an Expedition? He's like, no, it looks bad.
Oh,
Speaking of
Peter's.
Jeff,
I did see
got
Peter's also dire thing. I know which one you're talking about.
complimented today and was told that I was very much appreciated for not being an overly emotional, dramatic disaster. I am the voice of reason. He
Well-
almost called me emotionless, but stopped himself first and was like, "Well, you have emotion."
And
One main one, irritation. But yeah.
you've been trained well in the ways of not having drama.
Because I'm too old to give a shit.
Exactly. Some people live on that drama stuff, man.
They do. They feed off of it.
And it's just not a good thing.
It gives them a purpose. I don't care. I felt bad for him though. So why do they always call me? Why is everybody always upset?
Because he's the
Why?
owner. He's the boss.
Why?
That's why they call him.
Yeah, but you can't. I mean, he doesn't handle upset females very well, unless we're angry. He's pretty much used to that. But I mean, upset and hurt and disappointed and sad, he gets weird and doesn't know what to say, and there's
Yeah.
a lot of apologizing, and it's okay.
Creed can't even order from Fast Take. They got his all. They got. It's a pain in the butt to deal with Fast Tech and all them right now. That's another reason why I was like, just trying to pay them people is ridiculous. But Element Vape, if I buy a mod that's $49 and then
shopping.
a tank, it's going to cost me right at $100 to get the mod and the tank shipped to me. That's
Maybe I can get Steve to surreptitiously take a picture so
of
it
what?
doesn't look weird. Jeff's butt.
Oh. Do you think I'm going to take a picture of? Oh, hell no.
I can't do it.
What would I look like doing it?
Well, he wouldn't think you were doing that. I've told him before I'm supposed to take a picture of your butt. He's like, what? Just don't ask questions.
I don't know if y'all can see this.
Somebody has requested a picture of your rear end, and he got all weird and embarrassed.
That's the ice machine right there. Oh, that's a blurry picture. Man, delete that. That is almost full. Well, no, it's not almost full. That's like 2 hours after it was running.
Damn, dude, you need to clean the screen on your phone. That's nasty looking.
That's it completely full. I know you can't even see. It's the way the light's hitting it. What in the world?
That didn't help.
Oh, it turned.
Nobody can even see what the hell that's a picture of. I can kind of see ice in there somewhere.
You can kind of see ice.
Thank you
that
for
was-
moving your phone out of the way before you scroll through your pictures.
That was the crack in my vent shade, so they had to send me some more. Okay, the rest of that's junk. All right. But yeah,
Well,
OnlyFans.
Creed, I don't think Peanut gives a shit about his wallet. He wants a picture of his butt. A live feed of the ice machine.
I could make
would
that
be a
happen.
really boring live feed. But I mean, you know what they say about the internet. Whatever you can dream up, it's probably on the internet somewhere.
You know,
so.
It's honestly not that. There's people that post videos of just different cities you can just look at live feed, or hawks or eagles or
Yeah, that's way more interesting
the
than a
kitten
live
cam
feed
when
of
there's
an
no
ice
cats there.
machine.
At least ice machine will be working. It'll be doing something every once in a while.
I mean, this is coming from two people that watched multiple hours of some dude shampooing carpets. So yeah. Oh my God. We got the power washing simulator game.
I knew that was coming.
I love that thing. Yeah. I wouldn't really
I'm
say
sorry,
it's
Lurden.
it's a game.
We need to do a diet again shortly too.
Yeah, we do.
So I don't want to
But
go.
I like food.
Yes,
I like eating things.
I like food too. Yeah. I wasn't even gonna eat any of this pizza, but she handed me the plate and goes, "Here, eat that."
Because I can't eat an entire pizza.
Sure, you could.
I mean, I could, but I should.
There you go. What about the grass growing cam? There you go, Dom Long. No, Dolores, keto seems the easiest diet
See,
to
Slappy,
be on.
that sounds even more exciting than ice cam.
Oh, that's
You
cool.
know, we could probably just get away with watching our portions.
So they got
And exercising, but who wants to do that? Oh my God, they do have a lawnmower simulator. My coworker,
Yeah,
who's
they
an
got
older lady. She is not a video game type person or anything like that. She was like, I'm surprised they don't have a lawnmower simulator yet. They do. That's great.
very good, Creed. That is awesome, man.
I do intermittent fasting every night when my eyes are closed.
17 pounds in 2 weeks? That's pretty damn good, Creed. Hello,
Hey,
Unicron.
Hey, yo, Unicron. I fucked that up somehow. I don't know why it came out that way.
What? Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Yeah.
Hey, yo, Unicron. I can't even say that.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
No, it's hello, but I replaced the L's with a W. No, a Y. Hey, yo.
Creed, I'll tell you this. As far as the whole training thing, you know, I tried to do that P90X by myself. And I went through it's like the test that they give you to see what DVD you need to start on. Just from that, I got one of those weird hernias.
He gave
that
himself
run
a
down.
hernia on the warm up.
Yeah. I don't know if it was from pull-ups or what, but yeah, I got some kind of hernia that runs straight down in between all my stomach muscles, and it's weird when I sit up, the middle of my stomach pokes out, and it's some kind of weird hernia. And I keep telling the doctors, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's fine." And I'm like, "I don't want it to do that." And they're like, "Well, you can have surgery, but you know, you don't
Yeah,
have
well,
to."
I mean, if it's not bothering you physically and it doesn't hurt and it's not getting worse, surgery is a bit extreme.
It's
Nobody
a hiatal,
even would
yeah.
notice.
They gave it some weird name, Slappy. I don't know what they called it, but yeah. And I tried to go, well, it may not be bothering me physically as in pain wise, but it looks weird. So I don't want that to do that.
It only looks weird when you go to sit up. And even then, it's only if you're looking directly at your stomach.
Is that just Narnia for girls?
It's not worth surgery.
Okay. Well,
if you're not willing to go get surgery to fix your diverticulitis or diverticulosis or fix your guts, then why would you do it to fix a fucking hernia? A hernia is not going to put you in the hospital like eating popcorn and shit, but
hey, I've done pretty good with that. I haven't had to go back to the hospital for that since the original time that I knew that I had it, which I didn't know I had it. I just thought I ate a bunch of popcorn and my stomach hurt. But yeah, that's what it was.
That's always the plan too. Unicron says just wear a girdle. Nobody will see it.
Well, you can't. It don't stick out that far, Unicron. Jesus.
It only pokes out when he's like trying
when I'm
to sit
straining
up,
to sit up. That's when
it
pokes out. And sometimes, you know, I can feel muscles that pull up under my ribs when, you know, it just feels like I strained myself at some point and my body is still pissed off about it. But whatever. That's as far as I got with P90X. I was done with that after that.
I did aerobics for a while. That was fun, but
That would look funny, Scuba in a girdle. Well, Scuba was in a bra for some strange reason. I was just trying to be, you know,
That was all on
all
you.
that I could be.
Literally.
This is the first night that I've been able to do my show without all the people here. I think that's why
sounds
it's
the
so,
same to me.
It sounds the
I
same.
can never hear them in the background.
I can, from what I can tell, Scuba's a fuck up. Well, there you go, Creed, and that pretty much sums it up in a nutshell.
He was completely blitzed.
I was pretty messed up that night, I do believe.
The best part was then next morning when I hear, "Oh no, when he realized that the dude from Yeehee watched the entire show.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
I was Yeehee, yeah, the guy David from Yeehee watched that entire show, and they were like, "Oh, that was funny when
he's
you
like,
put a
I'm
bra
so
on."
sorry, and he's like, "No, that was great."
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, that was great." I was like, "No, it wasn't. That was bad, man." That means I have to be on the bottom due to the hernia. Okay. I'm always up for new positions.
I'm not too old for that shit. Fucking pull a muscle. My hips still ain't fucking right.
Your hip's fine.
No, the fuck it's not.
How could you possibly? That is so funny when you go up there and try to tell the chiropractor why your hip is out of place.
My hip is not out of place. My hip is where it belongs. There is a nerve pinched somewhere in there that can't be. I don't.
So Queen don't ride?
No.
No, she likes to drive.
You know, if the property manager was giggling at me for the twinkly lights we have in the window, yeah, if she saw fucking bolts on the ceiling, she'd get a kick out of that.
Leg over my head and stretch.
That's not the problem. They could go up fine. It's just, no, it just doesn't. I don't know what happened. Yeah, it's sciatica. He told me that I needed to use an ice pack and that like the TENS unit, none of that's going to work. I don't know where I'm supposed to put the ice pack though, because he said that the nerve is technically pinched in my pelvis and that pretty much the only thing that's going to work is if I do like constant stretching. Which who wants to do constant fucking stretching all the time? I don't know. And even if I stretch, like if I go to like sit Indian style and then put the leg that's affected a little bit out in front of me and lean forward, I can feel it stretch that muscle. But after about 20 seconds, it stops hurting. And I'm like, oh, great, I stretched it out. And then when I sit back up, it just tightens right back up again.
Frankenmeiser. Oh my
Kegels are not going to help sciatica at all. Pretty much every woman does.
This just in, TMI.
At this
now
point
for a
in
word
our
from our
lives,
sponsors.
after hearing about it so long, I'm sure we just do it absent-mindedly. But
Kegel stretch, Kegel stretch.
The problem is I just don't know.
BioFreeze is some good stuff. I would recommend that. What do you mean there's nowhere? Well, for you, there's nowhere to put it. You can put it places. It may not do anything for you, but usually...
Well, okay, that's what I mean. I don't think it's going to do anything.
I know a lot of times when I get back pain and stuff, I can take that BioFreeze and put that on there, and that stuff works,
this
man.
Is not like a muscle that you can feel in your back. Like, oh yeah, that muscle is knotted up right there. It's inside my body.
BioFreeze is not lube. No, it is not.
It is not an accessible muscle that can be massaged or anything like that. No, God, that would be uncomfortable as hell. Yeah.
Well, the company that I told that to come pick up the van has not contacted me back. If they
And
don't,
what time did you email them?
it was like noon.
On a Friday.
Yeah, on a Friday, but it says usually you will hear from us within 24 hours. And I'm
Not
like,
lately, Cloud Checker.
I need that. We need the driveway space. So
My leg doesn't hurt anymore. I got that when I first got home. For the first 2 days, it felt like there was barbed wire wrapped around
John
my
Q. Public.
femur and all the way down. Stretching did make that go away, but it's still in my hip. I can still, like laying on the bed or laying on something soft, like sitting on the couch or something. It really, really hurts. When I'm at work all day, I don't feel a damn thing. It's not till I get home and I sit on the bed that I can feel that pain back there.
Hula hoop. Yeah, there you go.
I don't have a hula hoop. The children would probably steal it.
I am proud of my LED soldering.
You're just sitting there staring at your light in the back.
Yes, because that took a long time to solder all that damn stuff.
Firmer or softer? I'm not sure which one, Dolores. I don't know how to find out either. I don't know. I'm guessing this is just how I'm gonna feel from now on.
Horizontal hula is more fun. There you go, Creed.
That's what got me in this position to begin with, Creed.
You know, it's funny because I thought about, for some reason that popped in my head when Kyle almost got bit by the snake.
What?
What?
What popped in your head? You're talking about the horizontal hula and you're thinking about Kyle?
No. I'm just saying, something made me think about the snake. Anyways. Yeah.
Okay. What about it?
Well, do you remember what happened there? He was like, I need you to build a wall with your glider, and I want you to hold it 2 feet off the ground. So
Yes,
I
I
did
remember.
that, and he was like, I'm done. I have nothing else to teach you. And he started to walk away, and that's when the snake struck at him. And I just saw him jump up in the air for no apparent reason. I was like, what the hell? And that was like,
Yes.
whoa. I thought it was bullcrapping me. He was like, no, it's a snake. I was like, there's no damn
Yeah, he
snake.
had both feet off the ground. He's so shit.
It was pretty cool, though. I mean, I'm glad that he ran up on it and not me, because I would have ended up kiting right over into that snake. And that might have been a short trip with no flying at all if I would have got bit by that snake, I'm sure. The dreaded cottonmouth. Yeah,
Not
ADD.
really.
There you
For
go.
most people that are healthy, it's the trip to the hospital. They watch you for an hour to make sure you don't have an allergic reaction, and then they send you back home.
Well, considering I got stung by yellow jackets and that put me in the hospital.
That's completely different.
I know it's a different poison altogether, but you never know.
Good night, Kron.
Good night, Chrome. No. Good night.
Not for a cottonmouth. They don't usually anti-venom. No.
I'm 30 feet in the air. No anti-venom. I don't think they do anti-venoms for a cottonmouth.
No, they don't.
I know they do for like rattlesnakes and stuff, but not cottonmouth. I don't think it's that strong of a poison where
Yeah,
you have
I
to
can only
have
imagine
anti-venom.
if you crawled up in your fucking glider and went for a ride.
That would have been weird.
For the snake, yeah, definitely.
Well, because I mean the whole
Nobody
time.
would believe him when he got back down. Y'all will never believe what happened to me today. I flew.
Usually when you're kiting, you're looking at your glider. So you would have saw the snake in the glider. There's no question, because that fabric is not that thick. It's weird. It feels like a nylon Did you get to feel one of the gliders to see what the material
Yeah,
feels
it feels like a parachute. All of us did use the parachute in fucking gym class where you had to puff up the parachute and everybody
I know,
went
but
inside it.
it
You pulled
just
it down
feels
over
like
your head.
almost like a rayon material. It just feels so cheap, and I'm like, they charge $4,000 for these things? Damn.
Yeah, dire thing, but I don't think they actually use it unless you're having an allergic reaction. Based on what I read.
It's called ripstop nylon. There you go. See, Creed knows more about it than I do. I'll take $4 worth, right? Yeah, I don't need all that anti-venom. Just give me $4 worth on pump 2, please. Is there anybody that lives in a state? I don't think they do it in Canada. In the
Pretty
United
sure we all
States
live in
here,
states.
that's in chat, that y'all are not allowed to pump your own gas. I'm just wondering. I don't think Jersey's... Pennsylvania's
Well, no,
one?
New Jersey, sorry, not Pennsylvania.
Well, yeah, but isn't Slappy in Jersey? Do y'all get to pump your own gas there, Slappy? You do have to deal with that. How is that even possible? I don't
It's
even
easy.
know.
You pull up and they come out and pump your gas. I got yelled at because I didn't know that. So I pulled up to the gas station and went to get out of the car, and dude comes running out. No, 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 no. And I'm like, what? And he said, we have to do that for you. And I'm like, huh? He said, you can't pump your own gas here. I'll do it for you. And I'm like, okay. It was very bizarre.
That is all east for the most part. Well, we're on the East Coast, dire thing. We're about as East Coast as you can get, but
yeah,
it's up north. I know Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, South
damn
Carolina.
Yankees can't be trusted to pump their own
None
gas.
None of that has.
Yeah.
They pump your gas. It's
I
all
felt
self-service.
guilty for some guy out there pumping my fucking gas. Like I'm fully capable of pumping my own gas. It was bizarre.
Maryland, you have to pump your own, and they make you pay 32 cents tax for the privilege. Damn, Frankenmeiser. We're going to charge you because you get to pump your own gas. What do they think? People are too stupid in New Jersey to pump their own gas? Well, okay. There have been some videos that I've seen of people that don't have a freaking clue, that drive off with a gas pump hooked in their car.
I think it's a holdover from a very long time ago that they never bothered to take off the books.
We still have the cheap gas. Well, at $5 a gallon, I think we're down to $4.13 a gallon. I didn't check today.
$4.09 was the cheapest I've seen it.
$4.09 is what we have right now as far as gas prices go. So there you go. Can you beat $4.09? Anybody got cheaper than $4.09 a gallon?
I'm sure you still have to prepay, even more so, because you're literally in the vehicle. You can just start it and run.
Well, you know, there's a lot of stations, even in Georgia, which is all self-service. There are a couple of gas stations still in Georgia that they're full service, but the full service there is actually full service. When you pull in and go, hey, fill up my tank, they fill up your tank, they check your oil level, they check your windshield wiper fluid, your tire pressure, all that stuff.
See, I don't
And
need
then
all
you're
that
good to go.
negativity. Just give my gas. There's one gas station out in New Kent that is still full service that pumps your gas for you.
$4.39. It was $4.39 here, like what, 2 weeks ago? It just started coming down, Lurden, so it may drop a little bit more in your state. I
It's in the
think
public interest. So I guess they were like, hey, New Jersey, y'all want to pump your own gas? And y'all were like, nah. Especially when it's hot or raining, you're like, nah,
Babe.
y'all can still do it. We're good.
you forgot to tell me to take my pill.
You came up here to take it.
I went up there to get it, not to take it.
Well, I didn't know that.
If you don't take your amoxicillin, that could be bad. You know what's weird is I kind of don't want to use it all.
Ours went to
'cause
prepay fucking. Let's see, when was the first time gas went up? It was when I was still an examiner, so 2003, 2004 is when they put the prepay that you could not pay afterwards anymore. We didn't have a whole lot of drive-offs. We had more beer runs than drive-offs, and you still had beer runs. And people just walk in. I actually
Creed, you're
attended
funny, man.
a beer run once and didn't know it.
I'll be ready in 20 minutes, babe.
Shit.
Don't forget the Viagra.
No, he comes up here before the show. It's like, I still got 6 minutes. I'll come up there. And came up and grabbed his medicine. I didn't know he didn't take it. Why would you just take the pill, put it in your pocket, and go away? See, we only have bulletproof cashier cages in certain areas, Dire Thing. That certain area also happens to be where you go in the liquor store, and it's behind glass. You tell them what you want, they go get it and bring it to you.
They
We
had
only have one liquor store like
there
that.
was a period in Georgia. Now, this is way back in the early 80s. I would say mid 80s. This is when all the gas started to go from pay before you get your gas to, okay, I see you at the gas pump, and they would turn the pump on, which equaled to a lot of people filling up and driving off. I mean, a lot of people doing that. So the rebuttal they had to that was they started posting these little warning signs on the gas pumps that said, if you drive off after getting gas, you are subject to lose your driver's license, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I don't think the people stealing gas are too worried about driving without a license.
That didn't last long, though. Right after that, it went to, hey, they started doing like at Quick Trip, they started doing where you get a Quick Trip card. It doesn't charge you anything, but that Quick Trip card knows your name, address, and all that. So when you put it in, it turns the pump on, but that's all it does. But then they know who you are, so it's safe for them to turn the pump on. Yeah, they stopped just turning the pump on for people.
We didn't have that up until, like I said, 2003, 2004. But you didn't have drive-offs. You had beer runs. You had people walking into the gas station, 2 or 3 people walking in. Everybody grabs a case of beer, just walks the fuck out.
So I don't know if y'all can tell. That's not quite half full, but it is right here, which is almost half my cup. So I've already went through 3 drinks, I think, and I still have this much ice. So this ice definitely, now it's obviously got a lot to do with this cup too. Don't think that this cup does hold ice very well. So, but I do need some more ice, and that I guarantee that it's already made more ice than I've taken out of it upstairs. It's probably asking for more water right now, actually. What do you think? If you go to a gas station for alcohol, you deserve their prices. Ooh, yeah.
When you're buying beer here, John Q.
The only thing cheap at a gas station is beer. That was weird when we went to Louisiana.
Gas station and Food Lion's pretty much the same price for beer.
We went in Piggly Wiggly in Louisiana, which is just a grocery store for the people that don't know. And they sold liquor inside Piggly Wiggly, and that blew my mind. I was like, what? We're in a liquor store. We're in a
we probably
grocery
didn't make
store.
Ourselves look good by trying to buy some. Turns out it was 9.
Yeah, it was on. We were trying to buy liquor at like 9 o'clock in the morning.
For hours.
We want liquor. We want liquor now. Build the dead rabbit. I can do that, John Q. Let's do that real fast. I'll do the one that's in here because it's getting kind of low.
Did you say okay, John Q? Harry's the one that asked you to build the dead rabbit.
Harry built it, or he wants me to build it?
No, he wants you to build it.
Okay, I will build it. I got no problem with that. I do need to and hopefully Walker's watching this because he got this kit on my recommendation, and I want people to see that this is very, very easy to do. Now, I just took this off. Here's the tank. Here's the coil. The coil still looks really good. Look how good this looks still. And it's been sitting on my freaking desk for I don't know how long. Look how good that looks. But in the interest of science, we will rebuild it. There we go. There's the screws. You just turn your airflow around until you get your screws to show. I got a screwdriver in my pocket, ready to go. Unscrew this one. Unscrew this one. I mean, this is why I think, you know, Shopkey or anybody could build this. Look, it's out. It's done. Throw that one away. Let's grab the kit. This is why I tell everybody scuba's doing science. This is why I tell everybody to get this kit, because there's so many coils. Whoa, I knocked the tank over. Bad scuba. I just spilled juice everywhere. Don't knock the tank over, folks. I'm just saying. I don't have any more of that juice, though. So this is probably...
Neither do I.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do here, but I'm glad I got this cotton out, because this one's almost done. Drop out this piece of cotton right there. And you got to have your tool. If you keep anything near and dear in this thing, is this little tool right here, because they only give you one. You don't want to lose that. I actually keep a screwdriver in there for when I make the coils, but this is so easy. So you're going to grab a piece of the mesh. These little drug bags they give you here. Grab one piece of mesh. There we go. Drop all the rest back down in there. Zip lock that thing back up. Now, this is the main thing. When you look at this, you'll see that this has a big slot on it, okay? And on the other side, you'll see a notch that sticks out. See that little notch right there? That's what you want to look for when you're closing this. And I'll show y'all when we get up to it. That notch is going to fit in this gap that's right here. If you don't put it that way, it's not going to close right. And you're going to be like, why isn't that closing right? So when you get your cotton, what you're going to do, I turn it this way. I keep my curved in on it. You can do it either way. It doesn't matter. But I don't want to put my mesh all the way up to the top like this, because then the legs are not going to fit all the way down in the base. So I keep it down just a little bit, about that far right there. I don't want it at the very top. I just keep it down just a little bit. Then I'm going to take this little tool and I keep the flat end up. I'm just going to take, that's down too far, and wrap this around just like that and hold all these together. Boom. Done. Now you want to make sure that your screws are far enough out that when you go to put this in here, it's not going to get stuck when you're sliding it down in there either. Make sure I have these all the way, or pretty much far enough out. I can see down in there, that's pretty open there. So these two leads have to fit in those two holes down there, and this whole thick piece is going to slide down through this gap. You're going to take this.
Laura says, what size flathead screwdriver?
You want the smallest flathead screwdriver you can get. The Coil Master
like
one.
For a glass repair kit or something, if she doesn't have a Coil Master.
The glass repair kit is too small. This says 2.0 by, it's the number 2, 0 by 2.5 millimeter, I think is what it says. But yeah, it is a pretty small screwdriver. This is the hardest I've ever tried. Oh, I see what's going on. I bent the lead.
Look at one of these, Dolores. I got Scuba one of these for Christmas. That is a electronics repair kit. I got him the blue one that's on the screen. but they have every size tiny screwdriver and hex wrench, all that shit, everything.
Okay, I slid this all the way down in there now. And now you're going to take and tighten up your coil leads.
Retard D2. That's not nice, Slappy. He's a good boy.
And you should be able to pull, after you tighten down your leads, then you can take this out. And you have a nice coil sitting in the center right there. And then you're going to cut off the extra wicking that you have it as close as you can to the metal here. You want to cut this really close. Just like that. And then all I do is I take and I make sure if you see any kind of little gap like that right there, you just want to fluff this out a little bit. It's going to fluff out anyway when you get it wet, but just to make sure, I fluff this out a little bit. Then the next thing you're going to do, right now this shows 9.999 or 9.99. You're just going to screw this down and see if it has an ohm reading. It should show around 0.2 if you got everything connected right. If not, then you need to go back and double check your connections. Okay, this is showing 0.24 right now. 0.24. Probably going to come down a little bit, but that's okay. That does mean that we're not shorted out.
Me to remind you to make sure you check your resistance before proceeding.
Oh, well, that's what I was doing right there. Was checking the resistance. Now I don't have any of that juice, so we're gonna wing this, which doesn't really matter. But I'm gonna put some of this blueberry on here, and we're gonna transition into whatever that is. The pear claw, I think it is. I always take and put a little juice on each one of these notches here, including that big gap. I'm trying to get this where y'all can see it. Matter of fact, let me bring down the camera. I was only doing that so y'all could see the glass that I had. I'm just putting juice in each one of these little holes here, and it's going to start sucking that juice in, just slowly sucking that juice in. I go over this really nice and slow, making sure all this gets saturated really good. I mean, it's best to wait, you know, you could just put it all together and wait 5 minutes for it to saturate, but I like pre-doing this just to make sure that everything gets well saturated. The hardest part is basically putting it back together. I mean, making that coil and everything is really easy. Really, really easy. There we go. I just wanted that to look better. So like I said, you're going to see this little notch that sticks out right there. See that notch? That's going to fit into this hole right here, this little gap hole. So you line those two up. Take that, slide that to where that hole is, and then you know if you get it because it'll kind of notch in right there, and then you're going to screw this closed. And you're done. And then once that's done, you got to remember to turn this back. Boom, now my airflow's open, and we're good to go. Screw this back down. We still should be showing, see now we're showing 0.19. I knew it should be around 0.20, which is perfect because that's what these coils are rated at is 0.20. So 0.19, perfect. Now this is going to taste like blueberry to start off with, then it's going to mix into whatever that other juice is. What I like to do when it first starts to vape, since this is a brand new coil, I started off at 30 watts just to break it in a little bit. Then I'll go up to 35, 40. I end up vaping this right around 55 watts. Now you could go higher. I just prefer it there. For me, that's the base temperature to where I'm getting a warm enough vape, but also enough wattage to where it actually tastes like I'm vaping something correctly. So Yeah, 30 watts, definitely not enough. I'm going to hit it again just to make sure. That juice is way down from where I knocked it over, damn it. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to go up to 38 watts. I'm going to hit it again. This is just slowly breaking the coil in. If you jump straight to 55, you got a big chance on putting a burn spot on your cotton. That's the last thing you want to do. So this warms the coil up slowly and lets the cotton break in as the juice is getting into it. So I'll take that a couple hits and then I'm going to go up to 44 watts. So I'm just slowly breaking this thing in. It's getting better and better and better. It's actually starting to switch to that other flavor now. What's the absolute best RTA for flavor?
You'll just hate it, John Q. So that's all subjective. I mean, all the flavor in the world ain't gonna mean shit to me if it's an airy, cool vape. You know what I mean? That's subjective. 50
watts is max. I do 55 all day long, Lurden, and it vapes perfect. No dry hits. Let me get another drink.
He's hoarding it for himself, Dire Thing. He just doesn't want everybody to know how awesome the rose is.
Hey, when we get
back out? I did send Speed the rose, and I'm pretty sure that Speed bought one for Vic. So they all still owe us a rose build-off. And I think we need to up it, too. Need to turn it into a drinking game. Every time one of them swears during the building of the rose, they have to take a shot. I think that sounds fair. And it would be hilarious. What do y'all think? Do y'all agree? I think it would be great. Look, and how did I even go further? I am 4 minutes and 52 cents behind. What is keyboard bounce? What is that?
All right, Scuba, show some love. Oh, Scuba, I thought he was saying Scuba, show some love. All right, love. Obviously the rose. Best RTA for flavor. All right. The tripod's really good, but that's a really expensive RTA. And it's more of a mouth to lung type. So as far as open draw, like straight direct lung, best flavor RTA. I won't say that it's the Dead Rabbit R, even though I get exceptional flavor from it. I still think one of the really good ones is the intake. Whether you get the intake single or the dual, those are both really good RTAs. Mike Vapes made that one. That one's got some of the best flavor. The Juggernaut is really good. There's no like one best that I've found so far. I still like the Fatalities. They use more juice. You know, I like a good balance on the RTA between flavor versus how much juice they use and juice capacity. All right, we're going to keep going up. I'm up to 50 watts now. See, 50 watts is good, but it's missing that little bit of edge of heat that I need. That's why I have to go to 55. If I do 50, it's going to taste almost a little too cool for me, so I have to go up a little bit more. And I know we're at 10 o'clock, but I'm finishing up. So as you can see, the Dead Rabbit R is really easy to build on. You get over a year worth of wick and coils for the thing. You don't have to sit there and wrap coils or anything. I mean, you're basically wrapping it around a piece of plastic. It's all done for you. You shove it in the hole, screw it down, and you're done. Yeah, the Dead Rabbit is great too, Cloud Chucker. I'm not saying it's not. I mean, that's what I'm vaping is a Dead Rabbit R. It's just a different version. The regular Dead Rabbits are great too. I'm a big fan of top airflow
Oh, is that what that's
RTAs.
called, Frankenmeiser? I thought I just couldn't type.
The top airflow ones are good because they don't leak at all, and very, very little chance of them leaking anything out. So I really like the top airflow ones. I want the Blaze though. Oh, see, that's it. I'm at 55 now. That's perfect. If you go past that, you're probably going to almost taste a hot to dry vape, and you probably won't like it. But I think if you slowly break it in like that, start at 30 and slowly go up until you get to your desire. You may like it at 50. If 50 is your groove and you like that temperature, stay there. There's no reason whatsoever you should go to 55 because Scuba went to 55. That's because that's how I like it. You may like it at 48 watts. You may like it at 52 watts. I like it at 55. That's just me. But I want to show that it does not dry hit at 55 watts. I do believe, though, if you go up too high, you probably get dry hits. But this can keep up no problem at 55. No problem. You have a wish for your birthday, RS? May have to check that out. See you, Cloud Chucker. Hopefully I can get... Cloud Chucker, I'm going to try to order something this weekend, and hopefully... I know the only place I can order and get it by next Friday is My V Pro and Vapor DNA. If I order from Element Vape, it'll be 2 weeks. No question. Easy 2 weeks before I get it. So it kind of sucks for me. I wish I could just order stuff and get it by the next show and I would just order it, but it never works out that way, at least from those companies. And I've bought almost everything I can from Vapor DNA and My V Pro that they have. They don't have the Blaze. I've been looking every day and they still don't have it. So why, I don't know. But yeah, I do want to get something new. You love strippers, best birthday ever. All right, guys, I'm going to bump off here, or we're going to bump off here. We will catch you guys same time next week, same bat time, same bat channel. And hopefully next week I'll have some good news for you guys. I want to wait until I get the news before I can tell you the news. But it's good news. I'm telling you, it's good news. It's already in the works. It should happen. It may happen Monday. It's possible, right? It's possible.
It'll happen tomorrow.
You're very welcome, Harry. Hopefully that helps you, bud. And if you need any more help with that, next Friday when I'm on, if you need me to do it again, I will do it again. I got so many coils, I'm not worried about wasting the coil, dude. I literally just built this. Well, not this particular tank. I built the other tank, but I just built this, yesterday? So, but it was the other tank. Both tanks vape exactly the same, though. I mean, there's no difference in flavor or anything else, so. Ooh, that one was bad because the airflow was closed. Dead Rabbit R. Get you one with this giant kit. This is definitely worth it. I almost want to buy another one of these kits. That'll give me another year. So I'll have 2 full years plus. Well, maybe not me because I build all the time, but for any normal vapor, hell yeah, you'll get a year out of this. Hell yeah. Y'all have a great weekend. I know we have another concert coming up tomorrow. That's the one that our chiropractor said he was going to go to. We could probably meet him there and get a
I
free
have no
adjustment.
interest in watching a Christian rock concert. I'm
All
good.
right. Well, we could go to the water park too. Y'all have
Need
a
to go to
great
the grocery
weekend.
store.
We will catch you next week. Peace out,
Bye.
guys. Bye.